They asked me to verify my face before they would let me leave. I was standing in a glass lobby with my laptop bag on one shoulder, watching my own reflection multiply across polished stone and security film. A gate blinked green, then went dark again. The receptionist didn't look up. "Just one moment," she said. That was all. No accusation, no alarm, just the tone people use when a process is ahead of you and you're expected to wait for it to finish. Most days, my life was small and repeatable. I worked in compliance operations for a mid-size insurance vendor. Hybrid schedule, 2 days in office, 3 at home. My badge opened the same doors. My name populated the same forms. I didn't think of myself as a person with a profile. I thought of myself as a person with errands. That morning, I'd done everything in order. Coffee, elevator, badge tap, good morning, to people whose names I only knew from Teams. I sat at my desk, answered tickets, closed a few investigations that were clearly nothing. A mismatched address, a duplicate claim, a typo in a beneficiary name. Around noon, HR sent an email to the entire company. Subject: System upgrade. Action required. They were rolling out continuous identity verification to meet new policy requirements. The email read like every other internal announcement. Neutral font, 2 bullet points. A link. Complete verification by end of day. Non-compliance may result in temporary access limitations. I clicked the link because that's what you do. It opened a portal with a friendly interface and a progress bar. Step 1. Confirm legal name. Step 2. Confirm phone number. Step 3. Upload photo ID. Step 4. Capture live selfie. I filled it out without thinking. I typed my name the way I always typed it. I confirmed my number. I took a picture of my license on my desk. Then the portal asked me to look into my camera. I did. A circle appeared around my face. It turned green. A little check mark popped up. Verification complete. I forgot about it. Went back to work. At 3:17 p.m., my desk phone rang. We still had desk phones. Nobody used them. Hearing it ring felt like hearing a fax machine. "Hello?" I said. A calm voice. Male, not familiar. "Hi, this is corporate security. Can you confirm you completed the identity verification today?" "Yes," I said, "just after lunch." "Thank you," he replied. "Do you have a moment to stop by the front desk before you leave?" "Why?" I asked. A pause so brief it felt like a system switching screens. "Routine." I said okay. I didn't tell anyone. I just assumed it was a checkbox they needed to see in person. A person behind the process. Something to satisfy a policy that didn't trust clicks. At 5:42, I shut down my laptop, packed my bag, and walked to the elevators. My badge opened the elevator bank like it always did. The doors slid shut. When I reached the lobby, the front desk was the same as in the morning. Soft lighting, corporate art, a bowl of mints no one touched. The receptionist smiled without warmth. "Mr. Keller?" I nodded. "Yes." "Could you step to the side for me?" she asked, polite, as if she were protecting other people's time. I stepped aside. A security guard appeared from behind a wall I'd never noticed. He was dressed like a guard, but moved like a man who knew the building better than the employees. He didn't block me. He didn't touch me. He just positioned himself in the only line between me and the doors. "Thanks for coming down," he said. "We just need to do a quick confirmation." "What kind?" I asked. He held up a tablet. "Face match." I stared at him. "I already did that." "I know," he said. "This is the on-site check." The tablet displayed a camera window and a rectangle where my face should go. Under it was a thin line of text. "Secondary confirmation required." I leaned in. The rectangle locked on my features. A circle filled, slowly. Then it flashed yellow. The guard's expression didn't change. "Try again," he said. I tried again. Yellow. The receptionist looked down at her monitor like she was reading instructions. She didn't look back up. "This is ridiculous," I said, keeping my voice level because raising it would make me the problem. "Sometimes lighting affects it," the guard replied, calm, helpful. "We'll do a second attempt." He angled the tablet slightly, like he was adjusting for glare. The lobby lights hummed. Somewhere behind me, the elevator dinged, and a small group walked out, then paused when they saw us. No one stared openly. They just moved around, the way water moves around a stone. I tried again. This time the tablet went green for half a second, then red. A new message appeared. "Match not confirmed. Profile requires review." The guard nodded once, as if the result was neither good nor bad, just a status. "Okay," he said. "I'm going to need you to wait here." "For what?" I asked. He glanced at the receptionist's screen. "For instructions." I stood in the lobby with my bag on my shoulder while two people politely acted as if I was a missing step in a process. I wasn't detained. I wasn't free. I was held in place by the logic of procedure. After a minute, the receptionist's phone rang. She listened. She nodded. She typed. Then she said, "Mr. Keller, can you confirm your home address?" My stomach tightened. It was the same question HR had asked me in the portal. The same question every system asked when it didn't know what else to do. "Yes," I said, and I gave it. She typed again, slow and careful. The guard's tablet chirped. He looked at it, then at me. "Thanks," he said. "One more thing. Can you tell me where you were at 2:06 p.m. today?" I blinked. "At my desk." He nodded, like that was a normal answer to a normal question. "Okay," he said, still calm. "The system shows a verification event at 2:06 from an off-site network." My throat went dry. "That's impossible. I was in the building." He didn't argue. He simply said, "That's why we're doing the on-site check." The receptionist's smile returned in the careful way people reassemble their face when a script tells them to. "Mr. Keller," she said, "your access is temporarily restricted while identity review is completed." "Access to what?" I asked. She looked at the screen. "Building, systems, benefits portal." My badge in my pocket suddenly felt less like plastic and more like a quiet agreement that could be revoked. The guard lifted the tablet again. "We need you to verify one more time before you leave." "Verify what?" I asked. He turned the screen slightly so I could see the header at the top. "Primary profile confirmation." Under it was my name, and a photo that looked like me from a distance. Close enough to pass. Wrong enough to make my skin tighten. "I'm right here," I said. The guard's voice stayed gentle. "I know, just look at the camera for me." I stared at the face on the tablet. Then I understood what was happening, not emotionally, but mechanically. This wasn't about proving I was me. It was about deciding which version of me the system would accept, and they were asking me to participate in the decision. I looked up at the lobby camera mounted in the corner, the one I'd never noticed until now, and I heard my own voice from the beginning of the day, like a line I'd already spoken. They asked me to verify my face before they would let me leave. They didn't say I was being detained. They didn't have to. The guard held the tablet like it was a clipboard and waited. The receptionist kept her hands folded. Behind them, the lobby doors were still glass. I could see the street. I could see people walking by with no idea a small decision was being made inside. "Just look into the camera," the guard said. I did it because refusing would become a data point. The rectangle locked onto my face again. The circle filled. The tablet pulsed green, then paused as if it was checking something beyond the room. Then it displayed a prompt. "Confirm primary profile." A button underneath. "Confirm." My name was at the top, my employee photo beside it. The photo was mine, but the timestamp under it was yesterday. I hadn't been in the building yesterday. I'm not pressing that, I said. The guard didn't react. That's okay, it's optional. It doesn't look optional. It's a confirmation step, he said. If you don't confirm, the system will route you to manual review. How long? He looked at the tablet like he was reading a policy line. Usually 72 hours, sometimes longer. And if I confirm, I asked. The guard's tone stayed the same. Then you're verified and you can leave. Leave. That word did too much work. The receptionist finally looked up. It's just a formality, she said, polite, like she was helping me get through a slow checkout line. I looked at the button again. Confirm. It wasn't asking if I was me. It was asking if I accepted the profile the system had decided was primary. I didn't press it. I want manual review, I said. The guard nodded once. Okay. He reached into a pocket and took out a small laminated card. He slid it across the counter to the receptionist. She typed. My phone buzzed before she finished. Access update. Temporary restrictions applied. My badge still sat in my pocket, but I felt it change, like a key that had been recut while it was still in your hand. The guard stepped aside and opened a small gate near the desk that I had never noticed before. Not a holding room, not a cell, just a short hallway that led to a side exit. This way, he said. He didn't escort me like a threat. He walked half a step ahead, like he was showing me out of a hotel. Outside, the air was cold. My car was parked where I'd left it. My life was still physically intact. On the drive home, nothing dramatic happened. That was the worst part. At home, I opened my laptop to check work email. My login failed. Invalid credentials. I tried again slowly. Same message. I checked my phone. My company authenticator app displayed a red banner. Device untrusted. A new email arrived in my personal inbox. Subject: Identity review in progress. It was from a no-reply address with the company logo at the top. It thanked me for my cooperation and explained that due to anomalous verification activity, my access had been limited until review completion. It provided a case number. It advised me not to attempt repeated logins, as it could extend processing time. Extend processing time. That was how they described panic. I called the number listed. After 2 menus, a woman answered. Calm. Helpful. Thank you for calling Identity Services, she said. Can I have your case number? I gave it. One moment, she said. Typing, then, okay, Mr. Keller, I can see your review is active. I can't log in, I said. I was locked out. Yes, she replied, that's expected during review. Expected by who? I asked. She ignored it smoothly. We need to validate a few data points. She asked my address. I gave it. She asked the last 4 of my social. I gave it. She asked me to confirm the model of my phone. When I hesitated, she didn't scold me. She just waited, patient, like silence was part of the process. I told her. Thank you, she said. Now I'm going to send a verification link to your email. I'm already in my email, I said. Just tell me what you need. It's required, she replied. A link arrived. I clicked it. The page loaded with the same portal I'd used at work. It asked for a selfie. I stared at the camera prompt on my screen, alone in my apartment, doing the same thing I'd done in the lobby. I lifted my face into the frame. The circle filled. Green. Then a message I hadn't seen before. Secondary conflict detected. Select 1. 2 buttons appeared. Continue as primary profile. Dispute primary profile. There was no option for I am the only one. I clicked dispute because that was the closest thing to reality. The page refreshed. Thank you for submitting a dispute. Your access will remain limited during investigation. A timer appeared underneath. Estimated resolution, 14 to 21 business days. My phone buzzed again, a calendar invite, automatically added. Identity review appointment, in person. I hadn't agreed to it. There was no accept button, just a location and time. The next morning, I went to the office because routine was the only leverage I had. If I didn't show up, the story they were building about me would have less friction. At the entrance, my badge didn't open the gate. The same green blink. The same immediate dark. A security guard I'd never seen approached. Same calm. Name? He asked. I told him. He looked down at a handheld device. Then he said, "Okay." No surprise, no suspicion, just confirmation that he'd found what he expected. "You can't enter right now," he said. "I work here," I replied. He nodded gently. "I understand." "I have an appointment," I said, and showed him the calendar invite. He scanned it. "Okay," he said, "that's across the street." Across the street was a leased office space with a neutral sign that said Verification Center. Inside it looked like a clinic. Not medical, administrative. Chairs, a water cooler, a screen on the wall with compliance messaging, a quiet hum of printers. A woman at the desk smiled professionally. "Appointment?" she asked. I gave my name. She typed, stopped. The smallest pause, then she smiled again, like her face had been reset. "Can you confirm your date of birth?" I did. "And your address?" I did. She nodded as if everything was fine. Then she slid a clipboard toward me with a single page on it. It wasn't a questionnaire. It was a disclosure. It explained that multiple identity profiles may exist under a single credential set, and that in order to restore access, I would need to complete a confirmation that I was the authorized user of record. Authorized user of record. The paper had a signature box. It had my name printed under it. Not typed, printed like a label, and below my name was another name in smaller text. Alternate profile. Elias Keller. I stared at it. "I don't know who that is," I said. The woman's smile didn't move. "It's just a system reference." "It's a person," I said, keeping my voice even because anything else would be captured as instability. She nodded like she understood my feelings, not my claim. "Today we just need you to complete the biometric confirmation," she said. She guided me to a small booth with a camera and a ring light. A screen instructed me to look forward. A calm, recorded voice said, "Please hold still." I held still. The scan took longer than it should have. Then the screen displayed a result. Match confirmed. Primary profile. Not my name. Not my photo. Just the word primary. The woman printed a receipt and handed it to me. "You're all set," she said. "Your access will return shortly." I went back outside and checked my phone. A new email. Subject: "Thank you for verifying yourself." I opened it. It confirmed that my identity review was complete and that authorized access had been restored. There was an attachment, a verification record. I tapped it open. It was a PDF with a photo at the top. A face that was almost mine. Close enough to be accepted. A little cleaner around the eyes. A slightly different mouth. The kind of difference you'd blame on camera angles if you wanted the world to stay simple. Under the photo, primary profile confirmed. Under that, name, Elias Keller. I stood on the sidewalk and realized what I had done. I had walked into a room designed to correct a mismatch, and I had helped it choose which mismatch to keep. My phone buzzed with one more notification from corporate security. Access granted. Exit authorized. They asked me to verify my face before they would let me leave.